Hello everyone, and we're back to this old chestnut again. The delayed 3.2.1 healer changes have cropped up in patch 3.3, or at least in the patch notes for 3.3. So let's go through the changes now. They have made some differences though. There are some differences to this than was in the patch 3.2.1 changes. We'll start with the Sage. We'll start with the old Sage. Yeah, Noble Sacrifice is being removed, renamed to Vindicate. Vindicate is going to restore 30 force and heals a friendly target. It doesn't say whether it damages a target. It used to do damage, doesn't say the value that it does. We'll get on the PTS and we'll have a look at this. Again, this is subject to change. So it has no cooldown and it has a 2-second activation time. Additionally, Force Mobility allows us to use it while moving, so that's good. At least we couldn't use Noble Sacrifice on the 3.2.1 PTS build while moving. So again, we've retained our mobility at least. So we have to visit our class trainer to retrain it. All of our heals have had their force cost increased. I think it's mostly about 15. It is some Healing Trance is up by 20. It's up to 60 from 40. Wandering Mend is up to 60 from 50. The healing has been increased on Wandering Mend. Ooh, interesting. Also, Resplendence has been redesigned. At least that was good, because Resplendence did nothing with Noble Sacrifice in that PTS build of 3.2.1. So Resplendence is going to have your Vindicate now restore 5 additional force. And its activation time is going to be reduced by 0.25 of a second for the first 2 stacks of Resplendence, or it's going to be instant with the 3 stacks, and it will consume all charges of Resplendence. So Resplendence actually has a use this time, because that was the thing about it. I'm glad they delayed these changes, because Resplendence was kind of annoying. Yeah, it was kind of that thing. Resplendent stacks meant nothing in that patch. Now, at least they've thought this out better now, and we can use Resplendence again. It's good that it made it instant cast, and we get 5 additional force. I don't know if it's 5 force per stack, so it will be good that we can restore our force. 30 force. It's the cost of Deliverance. Well, no, Deliverance is up to 45, so yeah, we're gonna have to hit it a few times to regen a bit of force to get an extra ability out. Be interesting to see how it plays out. Also, our set bonus pieces. Our 4-piece set bonus has been changed, of course. We needed that to change. Of course, it was Noble Sacrifice, no longer consumed health. Which, of course, if Noble Sacrifice is essentially gone, now essentially it's gone. So now it's going to be Vindicate will restore an additional 10 force. So getting that 4-piece set bonus is going to be pretty important, I imagine. I think we'll be playing our Sage for a bit, trying to get that 4-piece set bonus. But what I'll do is, I'll copy my Sage over and we'll have a little look on the PTS. I could never really get groups last time, because the PTS is a US server. And, whenever you're on in Europe, there's never anyone on. That's the downside. So I have to go on at like 2 AM or something like that, and just to get maybe get some footage for it. So what else have we got? So we've got Vindicate is granting Amnesty, which heals the target over 6 seconds. So you're getting a little hot on it. The healing granted by renewal after its refreshing rejuvenate. Increase the healing granted by renewal. So our hot is getting a little bit. And Clairvoyance no longer highlights ability. That was quite annoying when everything lit up, basically. So yeah, we're getting slight increase to our cost, but we're getting increased healing. The heals have all been increased, so I imagine we'll be more of a kind of burst healer now. We are going to be a bit more of a burst healer as a Sage. It's yet to see what effect it has on our sustainability, but we do have. We can pepper in a bit of Vindicates. I imagine we'll be firing off a few Vindicates while we're at high level of force, just to keep our force up. Because I don't think we'd want to drain our force and then start hitting Vindicate. Still, I don't say what Vindicate heals for. Noble Sacrifice healed for a joke amount. It was like 400 health. Hopefully it'll be similar to that of Kolto Shot and Diagnostic Scans. Hopefully maybe about 2k or something like that. Hopefully something tangible, something similar to that would be nice. But it's nice that they've at least thought about this. They've thought about Resplendence and the 4-piece set bonus at least, because they were the two things that really had no place in the game really at that point. The Commando Mercenary changes pretty much the same. Yeah, the healing dealt, Kolto Shot reduced, Rapid Scan has been swapped with Healing Scan effectively. Most of these changes are really for the DPS. Really, they're mostly for the DPS bounty hunters. Basically, you've now got Rapid Scan instead of Healing Scan. The healing has been reduced on Rapid Scan. However, it's not a nerf to healers, as some people are saying, because empowered scans will increase the healing dealt by Rapid Scan. And when you're in the bodyguard tree, or the bodyguard discipline, should we say. So it's not going to be, it's not a nerf. It's not a nerf. It's a nerf to the off-spec healing. It's not a nerf to the healing. So it's going to be, so yeah, essentially they're just swapping the functionality out. So it'd probably be a 5% reduction, because it does say in the bodyguard tree that you're getting a 5% healing increase. So I would imagine it'll balance out. So people are saying, oh, it's a nerf to our healing. I don't think it is. I don't think it is, because it's a nerf to the Arsenal and whatever the advanced prototype, whatever it's called, the other dot spec one. It's a nerf to them, but it's not a nerf to the healing, because you're getting it buffed in the healing discipline. So you're getting it buffed by 5%, because you used to get Healing Scan buffed by Empowered Scans. You're now getting Rapid Scan. Now I imagine that Healing Scan will be, I imagine it'll probably be the same. Again, we need to check this out. We need to go on the PTS and have a little look at this. We'll have a little look at it, and we'll do a little bit of, we'll try and get a bit of gameplay about that. So we'll move on to the Scoundrel Healer. The healing dealt by Diagnostic Scan has been reduced. Again, this is kind of similar to the Merc. It's kind of similar, I guess, to the Merc one, where it's just a nerf to the DPS abilities. Also, the immediate healing dealt by Koltopak has been increased, which again, and it's reduced the healing dealt by its hot, essentially. But again, this is not a nerf. It's not a nerf. It's going to be increased in the Sawbones tree, because the Sawbones tree has, what does it have? It says, reduce, where is it? Yeah, home-growing pharmacology increases the healing dealt by periodic effects by 5%. Yep, so there you go. There you go. You're getting the, you're getting that healing increase in the tree. So it is a nerf to off-spec healing. It's not a nerf to healing. It's just a nerf for the DPS. Essentially, slow release med pack is having its energy cost reduced. It looks as if we're still going to stack it though. Also, again, the healing dealt slightly reduced, but again, you're getting the heal increase is up from 3% to 5% by periodic effects, and of course, the healing dealt by slow release med pack is a periodic effect, so it's, you know, it's not a nerf. We can also now, same as the other one, channel Diagnostic Scan while moving. Kolto Cloud has had its energy cost reduced, so it's down from 25 energy to 20, which is good. It's good. The healing dealt has been reduced, which I don't like, because it makes us lean more towards the old 2-piece set bonus. Also, the 6-piece set bonus has changed. The cooldown of Recuperative Nanotech or Kolto Cloud has been reduced by 3 seconds instead of what was it? Can't remember what it's called again. Kolto Waves, that's it. Kolto Waves. Never remember these things. It's been a while since I actually played a Scoundrel Healer, to be honest. Meaning a Commando Healer at the moment. So yeah, I mean, these kind of things. Underworld Medicine has had its heal buffed. Which, yeah, I don't know about that one, to be honest. Bedside Manner is also getting a buff. It's getting increase all healing done by 5% rather than 3%, which is nice. So whenever you consume an upper hand ability, you get Bedside Manner, which is why you want to constantly be consuming upper hand abilities to, you know, build up your healing. So again, it's a nice little increase. So I don't know about the 6-piece set bonus, though, to be honest with you. I think it's going to be a decision that we're going to have to make between, do we want the reduced cooldown of Kolto Cloud, or do we want the old 2-piece, which increases the healing done by 15%? Because of course reducing the healing dealt by it kind of leans us towards the old 2-piece. Maybe they should have made it the Field Medic 6-piece, maybe changed it with the old 2-piece and gave us the maybe 10%, maybe not 15%, but it would have been nice to have had an increase in the healing done. I don't like these things, to be honest, with set bonuses. I don't like set bonuses that just increase something, you know, like the Master Strike one that increases Master Strike by 8%, increase the heal by 15%, because it kind of takes you into that territory of you have to do it now. So I mean, it's one of those things that I'm not a fan of those things. I like the things that reduce cooldowns and things like that, because it means we can use it a bit more often. It also costs less energy now. But is it worth getting the 6-piece set bonus? It's going to be interesting to see what our healing is like with it, with the old 2-piece versus the old, because the old 2-piece was a benefit. So it may be that we are going to swap out, you know, 2 of our set bonus items for, you know, 180 or 186. I might have to go do Nightmare. Do a few Nightmare. I think I've only got 180, to be honest, for the set bonus in that, so maybe I have to go back, do some Dread Fortress and Dread Palace Nightmare now to get that. It'd be interesting to see. What the difference is, because the current 6-piece was Kolto Waves, which was alright, reducing the cooldown of Kolto Waves, which wasn't really necessary, but they are changing it to Kolto Cloud. But whether it will be as significant, I mean, you might get an extra Kolto Cloud out. We'll have to see over the duration of a fight, because maybe getting that extra Kolto Cloud out, reducing it by 3 seconds, might get maybe 1 or 2 extra Kolto Clouds out during phases. Kolto Cloud pretty useful if you're doing like Torque hard mode and you have melee DPS. Essentially, what you want to do is have the timer for the fire, and when the fire goes off, just before the fire goes off, you put it on the tank, one of the tanks generally, and, you know, it'll hit the melee DPS as well, because it heals 4 targets, you know, essentially, and gives them, it's a hot that heals 4 targets if you don't know what it is. So yeah, you want to time it for those kind of things. Reducing its cooldown by 3 seconds might make it more useful in that situation, and also reducing its energy costs, maybe it'll be more useful. But again, we'll get on the PTS and we'll have a little look at these things. So that is all for this video. So what do you think about these healer changes? Good or bad? I don't know. The Sage one looks interesting, and there's a lot of negative feedback about it on the forums still, but the Sage one looks kind of interesting at the moment. I have to test it out before we form an opinion on it. So anyway, that is all for this video. So thank you for joining me, and we'll see you again soon, and goodbye.